welcome back to my film and TV channel. Yes, we're going over to Derry today. Yes, we're not talking Derry Girls here, which always confuses me when I see the title of this. I always think of Derry Girls for some reason. But we're talking It, of course. Welcome to Derry, a supernatural horror television series based, of course, on Stephen King's 1986 novel It. And I've not read it or listened to that yet. I'll have to go back and read it one day. I'm so used to now watching the films and the series, etc. I thought, well, why do I bother? But I usually do. I'll have to have a look for it. I'll look on Audible or look on my library thing and see if we can get to listen to that. But anyway, it serves as a prequel to the films It from 2017, which I didn't mind. It wasn't great. It was okay. And Chapter 2 on 2019. Again, I'm all right with it. I'm okay with of course, I love the original back in the day. But the updated version is not quite as good. This premiered the series on HBO, the first episode on October the 26th, and it's showing weekly, so I can't binge watch this. I hate it when I can't binge watch things. There's some series I get a bit fed up with and just forget about. This could be one of them. Of course, it's from the 2nd of November onwards. It ends on the December the 14th. So around about Christmas time, I might treat myself to a binge watch of the last 5 episodes of this, because I've reviewed or watched 3 episodes of it so far. And I'll probably have to watch the first 3 again just to remind myself of what the hell's going on, because my old brain struggles sometimes. Aramid Tanubu from Variety liked this. He scored it 90 out of 100. He said, it's a worthy prequel series as not only details the emergence of Pennywise, but also turns a lens on society to showcase how truly horrifying we can be as human beings. Yes, we're going back to 60s here. We're going back to segregation, etc., which we've been there before, of course we have. But the horribleness of that word. Yeah, horribleness, there's a word, isn't it, of human beings, of course. We go back to early 60s, segregation, stuff like that. So we get that connection in this series as well. Daniel Feinberg from The Hollywood Reporter scored this 40 out of 100. He didn't like it too much. He said the creators have opted to basically replicate the core plot of the movie book and /book and fill in the gaps with what feels like third-tier King devices and cliches. There you go. We've had plenty of third-tier Stephen King over time, haven't we? So we'll have a look anyway. Please, guys, if you are new to the channel, if you like what I try and do, hit that like button now while you're still on. That'd be wonderful if you can. It helps all the algorithms, helps get the channel out there in the ether. And if you can do that for me, that'd be absolutely wonderful. Subscribe if you've not already done so, if you enjoy the content. And of course, if you do have any hype points to spare, the new thing on YouTube, you can spread them around to different channels, etc. You can spare me any, guys. I think you get so many every month or something like that. Be much appreciated. My thanks to everyone who's shared the hype, shared the love over recent weeks. Thanks for watching, guys. Anyway, whatever happens, and I'll have a bit more at the end of other ways you might be able to contact me if you're interested. Anyway, the series stars Taylor Page, Jovan Adepo, Chris Chalk, James Raymar, Stephen Ryder, Clara Stack, Amanda Christine, and Mikael Karim Fiddler, with Bill Skarsgård, of course, also serves as an executive producer in this. He's reprised his role as Pennywise from the films. Yeah, early doors. You see him mainly from a big distance, but he's there. I mean, it could be me in makeup. You wouldn't know the difference. But anyway, a few new faces, some new young faces as well. What's it about? Well, it's 1962, although we do go back to 1908, etc. So it is a little bit of a time leap at times. A couple with their son moved to Derry in Maine just as a young boy disappears. Yes, not Derry over here in Ireland or over the pond. With their arrival, very bad things begin to happen in the town. Of course, you do. Horrible. Right, kids and horror. Let's face it. Way back. I mean, I took a little course in novel writing and stuff like that, just when I was a younger man. And of course, kids and horror and kids being killed, etc., and stuff, blah blah blah, was a bit of a no-no in the old days. But now it's free reign, isn't it? It's classed as entertainment, seeing kids and horror, kids getting into trouble and kids dying, kids being scared to death. It's just entertainment now. And of course, this is all set in a small-minded town, of course, with the segregation. Although big-minded towns were just as bad, weren't they, in the early 60s? And so yeah, it's all that's good now. I'll say the kids and horror, etc., etc. So it's all good food, isn't it? Food for the channel, food for the streamers, food for the filmmakers. Now, some say it relies a little bit too heavily on jump scares. I don't particularly agree with that. There are, but I think it's much more influenced and carried by a very good young cast who can carry it as far as the script allows. Of course, I think all the young players in this story are very, very good. The time shifts, of course, do add to the story as you go back from 62 back to 1908, etc. And it's got a really watchable vibe to it when it does this. But for me, there's a lot of characters thrown into it. Certainly for the thing I can only watch weekly, because my old brain, and if I can binge watch 4 or 5 episodes or something, I can remember people. But when I have to wait a week from one thing to the next, even if they do an appraisal of last episode at the start, I still struggle. Too many characters for me to follow sometimes, but the 60s vibe is always a good one. So I like that part of it. Yes, it could be scarier. It could be faster paced. As I say, I prefer a binge watch rather than week by week. With the switching about as well with time shifts, I did struggle to keep on top of the story at times and know who was who with certain characters. And it is a series that, as I've now watched 3, I will probably not be thinking, right, episode 4's on tomorrow night, I'll watch that. I probably won't. I'll probably go back at the end of the year and watch it as a binge watch. And I'll probably have to, as I said, watch all 8 episodes again, because I would have lost track of what the hell's going on. I think this is better, as I said, I think this is better watch and proceed if you forget the connection also with it. And all right, we know Pennywise is going to be there, but just treat it as a totally different story. Don't think too much about it. You might enjoy it a little bit more. But Brian Tellerico is possibly correct, another critic. He said it's a show that too often stuck in first gear, only coming to life in its big surreal set pieces and lacking almost everywhere else. It also suffers from that common plague of the streaming era. It takes forever to get where it's obviously going. Well, we know where it's obviously going, isn't it? We've got a backstory to Pennywise, etc. And that is a problem. It's just too drawn out. It's certainly much better as a binge watch. As I said, it just doesn't grab you and suck you in on a weekly basis. There's some good set pieces, of course, there are. But even before the even the segregation storyline becomes a little bit routine to me, which is horrible, for something like that. I've just been there before. Yeah, but the playlist liked it. They said it was an assured playlist website, assured, atmospheric, and full of eerie, unnerving dread. The series doesn't reinvent King's World; it enriches it. Yeah, it can be atmospheric, but perhaps not good enough to drag me back week on week, unfortunately. So there you go. I mean, my conclusion: I don't dislike the first 3 episodes. I found being in company of these kids, for instance, are more enjoyable than I usually would. Some good child actors, some good, reasonably put together storylines around the kids. But I should have cared more for the predicament, perhaps, than I do. I'm just not that intrigued to go back and wait, as I said, on the edge of my seat for episode 4. What are other people thinking? Well, Rotten Tomatoes like it, so I'm in the minority. 87 fresh, 25 rotten. Consensus of the website: while scatter plotting occasionally drains the fear from its chilling premise, it, Welcome to Derry, compelling deepens the myth of Pennywise, those sharp social commentary, a dreadful atmosphere, and committed performances. So yes, they like it. Metacritic 61 out of 100. So that's okay, 30 critics. Rotten Tomato audience, Joe Public like it, 80%. Metacritic users are happy with it, 6.5 out of 10. Internet Movie Database, 7.8 out of 10. Everything's positive, 15,000 scores and reviews. For me, yeah, I will binge watch the last 5 episodes, but I'm okay on it. I'm just not blown away by it. So I'm going to give it my basic score of just 5 out of 10. As I say, that will probably increase if I have a binge watch in December and watch it all in one go. I'll probably watch it over a couple of nights or something. I'll probably enjoy it more. There you go. Thanks for watching. Let us know what your thoughts on this. If you're really into it and you can't wait for the next episode to come out, it'd be great to have your views. Of course, it would. Hope you're enjoying it anyway, as I say, and As I say, if you can hit those buttons for me, guys, if you like the content. I try and be more positive usually on stuff. As I say, this isn't a total disaster, but I just want a little bit more from it. Yeah, so if you do want to help support the channel or just want a shout out, I can do those as well. Or you're interested in sponsoring the channel, anything like that, just keep watching and listening.
Hi again, hope you enjoyed the feature, guys. Thanks for watching. Please, if you did enjoy the content, please give us a thumbs up, and if you've not already done so, press that subscribe button. If you've not already subscribed, that'd be wonderful. It's free to subscribe, absolutely free. Also, check out my social media links if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. They'll all be in the description below. And my special thanks to supporters of the channel, yes, Piat6505, who have an eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia, including posters, books, magazines. There'll be a link again in the comments section. And if you're into your football, don't forget my football stuff on Manchester City, for general football fans, but mainly City fans, of course. Or if you know someone who might enjoy that, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very, very grateful. And as ever, guys, comments on this feature is wonderful. Anything to do with film and TV is always very, very welcome. It's great to talk film and TV. I thank you guys for your support. Stay safe, everyone.